Mr.
We're on,
Lee.
we're on air. Here's Nick.
Yo.
How you doing, sir?
I'm not doing too bad.
Good.
I'm alive now.
Yeah. So this is in lieu of BDU not happening, which apparently it's not going to happen. So we're not going to have all kinds of boring Ontario beer topics.
Just boring maritime beer topics.
No, I don't. I don't. We're even going to have any beer topics. It's going to be all bullshit.
Well, I never say bullshit. I don't know what you're saying.
So I'm expecting it from other people who are going to join in. Let's put it that way.
All right. Now we just need other people.
Yeah.
So it's new.
Not a lot. Just working way too much.
Working way too little. Still trying to catch up to sleep from the trip to Dad's.
Yeah.
You were there once. You know what it's like.
Yeah. It drains you, that's for sure.
Yeah. Ended up getting like 3 hours sleep before the fest. Mainly because of Radar's regular sleeping. Holy fuck, that guy snores like a chainsaw.
Funny when he outdoes you. That's impressive.
Yeah, and your reaction is like tasting your own medicine, dick. So what you drink?
I'm drinking the Spindrift Coastal Lager.
Yeah, you seem to like that one.
Can you get any Spindrift stuff in New Brunswick?
Just the Coastal Lager.
Just the Coastal Lager? Okay.
They got anything else down there?
Yeah, they got their Naughty Buoy, which is their Pilsner. And then they have their Riptide IPL, India Pale Lager.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the only other one they have now is a porter, but that one I haven't seen that in the NSLC yet. So, and there's Radar.
Oh, right. Speaking of snoring,
hey, is this BDU?
Not really.
not really, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys chat.
Chad had his kid at soccer, so I'm starting up a chat for him because he was late in getting into it. So.
Is he going to be here later on, or no?
Maybe. Who knows?
I'll see if Guy's on. Hang on a second.
I'm trying to take a picture of the beer that I'm drinking now. I've got Dead Frog's Super Fearless Imperial IPA.
Where is that from?
Aldergrove, BC.
Oh, really?
Aldergrove is. And I'm not sure. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, did you get that in a trade, or is that in the actual beer store there?
Yeah, NB Liquor brought them in. That one and something else from Dead Frog. They got another load of beers or something from all across the country, but I don't know if it's either maybe the way that NB Liquor does things, like are these things pre-aged like 3-4 months, or is it just weak sauce on its own because it's kind of boring.
Yeah, that's the danger of that shit, right? I mean, you get the same thing with like, I don't know if you guys experienced it with Red Racer in New Brunswick, but Nova Scotia, all the Red Racer we've been getting has just been like way too old.
Well, I haven't really drank a Red Racer in a while, so I don't know. But I know it was kind of crap.
Yeah.
Look here.
Okay, let's get it on the old.
Get it on.
Thing here. All right. Yeah, all the Red Racer here has. All the Red Racer here tastes like fucking orange juice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's basically just lost all of its hot bite. Still got a lot of the hop flavor, but it's mostly just sort of like become this like citrusy mess. Well, Ethan's Crazy TV, and this isn't the Ethan we know, of course, says no to Hougly Live. He doesn't want to join in. So fuck you, Ethan's Crazy TV.
What the hell's that?
I don't know. I had to make the thing public for it to be, live on YouTube for everyone to see. So
Okay.
So you open yourself up to everyone basically saying no, fuck you. I don't even know why they bother. It's not like I'm inviting you to watch it. I'm just broadcasting. It's not like I'm saying you need to watch this. So Ethan's Crazy TV, in case you did peek in to see what's going on here, fuck you, rotten piece of shit.
Rotten piece of shit.
Oh. So you drinking anything tonight, Radar?
Yeah, last of my Innocente. Sorry, end this sound from Nickelbrook.
Right on.
Okay. What one was that?
The one with the legs on it.
The one with the legs on it.
The indecent.
Okay, yeah, I think I know what you mean. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
Something.
They had the two different canned ones that came out. There was the indecent, and then there was the other one with the masked wrestler jumping off the turnbuckle. That Joe and it,
wasn't it?
Yeah, Immodest or something like that.
Modest was the original.
Immodest, that's what I'm drinking. They call it in this sound.
Yeah, Malevolent is the black IPA.
Yeah. That's the one Joe and I didn't like that much.
Yeah, Chad actually gave me a can from the brewery there of Malevolent to take home.
I don't think I tasted Malevolent. I tried pretty much every one of them, but I don't think I tried Malevolent. Nickelbrook Brewery was an awesome place. That trip, I think every place was awesome.
That's one place, I think they went there last year, but that's one place I would really love to go to, is Nickelbrook.
Again, yeah.
Right in Toronto, isn't it?
No, Nickelbrook was...
Mississauga, wasn't it?
No, Hamilton.
Hamilton, okay.
East side of Hamilton, then we went to Dundas, which was the west side of Hamilton. We went to Sean and Ed's.
Oh, yeah, the lager brewery.
It was actually outside. Yeah, no, Nickelbrook Brewery was outside of. No, you weren't there, were you?
No, I wasn't.
No, that's true. Yeah, you were there after.
Nickelbrook, it was like right before they picked me up from the airport, so I didn't go either year.
That was the first one we did actually that day before we picked you up.
Yeah.
No, the second one we went to Dylan's Distillery first.
Oh.
Dylan's Distillery was an awesome place. That's where they picked up those wrenches.
Yeah, I saw the video. Yeah, Guy's video. They have it looks like an adjustable wrench, except for it's actually a bottle opener.
Yeah.
Works pretty well.
I mentioned the saves cap's pretty good.
He actually didn't do a bad job of removing the cap. Without damaging it, that is.
Yeah. Alright.
Who's on? Who the fuck is everybody?
I just wrote to Guy on he's on Facebook. Well, he was.
Yeah.
Lee's doing.
I see Chad's back. So he's on Facebook. That's about it. That's all I see. I get weird readings from my fucking Facebook chat. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is with Facebook, but sometimes it shows people are on who aren't really on, and I mean, I get messages from Peter all the time, like in the middle of the fucking night, like where I'm at work, and he's like, "It said you were online," and he sends me fucking like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then I don't respond for like 5 hours because I'm at fucking work, right? So it's like,
well, if you leave your computer on all the time and your browser's open to Facebook, it'll think you're online.
I don't do that though. Like my computer's off when I go to work, so.
The only reason I'm on is that on the BDU Facebook chat logo, there's a little hot Asian chick on. So I'm like,
yeah, I was like, you're like Asians.
Under BDU, I'm guessing she's with the guys.
It's like sweet candy of the Orient.
Really? There's a hot. Where's this hot Asian chick? I'm
Oh,
missing this.
go back to the chat, the BDU chat window, and look at
Okay. Oh, okay. I see. I see what you're talking about.
That's the only reason I'm here.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but neither one of us are that hot Asian chick.
I should change the logo on my Google account. It's getting old.
Dalai Lama with a tank head.
Yeah. It's 3 years old.
It's new to me, but I haven't known you that long, so.
It's the turret of a VK-7201K where I play in a game called World of Tanks. That's where it's from, and yeah, it was on the World of Tanks forums there at one point. I put that on.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Where is this?
I thought somebody else joined in. Greg was on, didn't he?
Yeah, he was. I don't know where the fuck these guys went. Said I was gonna start one, but you know, whatever. Join at your leisure, gentlemen. Just trying to provide your hangout, beer, chat, whatever fix for the week since we didn't do any last week.
Yeah. I think we did like that. It was like a short one we did like the night after I came home from Chad's place, and then that was it. But there hasn't really been a full BDU since before the fest.
Yeah.
24-pack of Molson Canadian sells for $42.65 in New Brunswick, and sells for $29.99 in Quebec.
Whew. Sounds about right. What kind of was it? 24 pack of Molson?
Yeah, Budweiser or Molson Canadian. I'm reading that on the.
Double check our prices. I think it might even be worse than that.
That's what it says here. That's CTV News.
Yeah.
Free the beer. Liberals working intensively but won't seek top court's advice.
Okay, we have a comment from the Alien Wolf. He says, "What beer are you drinking?" Well, I'm drinking Spindrift Coastal Lager from here in Nova Scotia.
I've got Super Fearless Imperial IPA from Dead Frog.
Immodest IPA from Nickelbrook. It says 8.9% alcohol, but it's actually it doesn't taste like 8.9. Tastes more like 4.5. Which is one of the beers that is brought me into India Pale Ales lately. I used to not like India Pale Ales, but right now I liked a few from the trip.
Mm-hmm.
You really like that Naby's Workhorse IPA I brought up.
Yes, that was really good.
So what was it that dissuaded you from before? Was it like just the intense bitterness?
Maybe because I was an alcoholic drinking red wine and Labatt Blue before that. That's why. I used to be an alcoholic. I drank every night until 2011 October. My average was 2.5 bottles of red wine or 14 or 16 James Reddies.
Holy fuck.
Now I drink, like, this is the first beer I had since Saturday night. I mean, actually before that was about a week, so yeah, I don't drink every night like I used to.
Cool.
I'm sober.
Because I can see people like saying, no, they don't like IPAs because they're like so intensely bitter and it's not what they're used to drinking. But then they get one where it's much more like hop flavor than bitterness. That's the key thing, and it's like, oh wow, I like this, you know. So because there's definitely a lot of examples out there of IPAs that are just like intensely flavorful instead of like intensely fucking bitter, or at the very least they balance it out a lot better.
Yeah.
Yep, but the ones I've had lately are high in alcohol, and for some reason I'm into it right now.
Yeah.
I guess it's like beer in general. When you're a kid, you hate it, then you start to like it. I guess it's like that in IPAs. My taste buds have gotten better.
Yeah.
For me, it was like I didn't like the taste of beer up until I had a beer that I liked. And then I loved trying different and new craft beers. And for me, it was like the turning point was, I think somebody brought out Clancy's Amber Ale to a party, and like I was used to like the beers I was used to drinking were like Budweiser and Blue and all this, and I didn't really care for it or like old, like, what is it, Keys or something like that. I really didn't care for it. But I stuck with like hard stuff anytime I got drunk. But first time I ever tried a Clancy's, I'm like, actually, there's a nice caramel flavor to this. And then that kind of piqued my interest, and the real turning point was when I first had a can of Guinness. And after that, I was just like, yeah, I got to try more beer.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Like, people tell you, oh, I don't like beer. Well, they probably never really drank all that much beer to begin with, and I can guarantee you, I can find you a beer that you will like. Like, there are so many variations in flavor. There is definitely a beer out there for everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe they're religious.
And I kind of got to see that through a friend of mine who tried. He doesn't like the taste of beer. He was like the first time he came out and hung out with us there yesterday, and we let him try a milk stout that I got from New Limburg. You know that schoolhouse, that place that we went to there, Radar.
Yep.
Yeah, that
New Limburg?
New Limburg, the Black Sheep milk stout. Got him to try that, and he's like, "Wow, I'd actually drink that." And I see it right there. It's just like, you hate the taste of beer, but not all beer tastes the same.
Me was a coffee.
Find the beer that you like the taste of.
Me was a coffee beer from Together We're Bitter. I hate coffee beers, but that one was actually pretty good.
Oh, that coffee porter, yeah, that was pretty good. Did Guy share that growler with you, or?
Yeah. Well, I had some over there too.
Oh man, did you try the milk run from Northwinds?
Nope.
No, that was the one in Collingwood we had food at. I reviewed it with.
For Northwinds, I don't know why I didn't actually. Well, I didn't drink it a lot of Northwinds because I wasn't feeling too well. I don't know why.
Really?
But then, like 10 minutes of sleep between Northwinds and whatchamacallit, that side launch, and I was fine. And then I drank again.
Nice.
I slept the whole way through, all the way back home. It took like, it's like as if I went to Montreal. It took so fast.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, you slept, we know.
Yeah, you saw the albino rhino sleep review video, right?
Yeah. Did you see the video I posted of the trip?
Yep.
Yeah. There's a.
Yeah, no, here's Radar snoring again.
It's funny. Just before you got in here, I was telling Lee how I got so little sleep the night before the festival because your snoring was keeping me awake. It was only like one night though I was doing that though, so.
Yeah.
You must have been real tired.
It depends which side I'm on. If I'm on the right side or on the back, that's one of them. If I'm on the left, like I tried to, it's not as bad.
It was just like, it was irregular, like you weren't, like each different snore sounded different, so like I can get used to it if it dies down to like a monotonous sound, but when it was just like something different sounding, all of a sudden you'd snort or something, and it would jar me awake as I'm trying to doze off. I'm like, oh, come on. There was like one point where I thought, like, oh man, I'm gonna have to smother this guy with a pillow. I wasn't going to, but I didn't feel like throwing something at you.
You fart when you sleep.
I fart when I sleep.
Yeah, it's like you hear a snore and
Okay.
I can believe that. Listen, don't shit my pants.
That'd probably wake you up. At least you'd hope so.
Once you get to the far to the other end. and that's where the beer leaves.
What were you drinking again there, Nick? I didn't see it.
Oh, Dead Frog's Super Fearless Imperial IPA. Something from
From
BC.
Huh?
Oh, Dead Frog is the brand of the name of the brewery.
From New Brunswick?
No, British Columbia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got this and one other beer from Dead Frog. And well, it was like, I think this came to like $8 or $9 a bottle, which is ridiculous. Oh, excuse me. Let me look it up. By the way, that 24-pack of Canadian cost $42.65. Is that what you said it was?
Yeah, 42.65 in New Brunswick and 29.99 in Quebec. Because I read a story on CTV there a couple minutes ago.
About that the court case.
Liberals working intensely but won't seek top court's advice. That's the Federal Innovation Minister Navdeep Bains is dismissing a Conservative MP's suggestion to ask the Supreme Court to assess the constitutionality of cross-border limits for alcohol.
Yeah, so they're taking it to the federal level.
Yep.
Because the province of New Brunswick actually appealed. Okay, where this originates from is that there was over years that anybody living close to the Quebec border, what they would do is they'd go up to Quebec, buy their beer, and bring it back across.
That's what I used to do.
But post-prohibition rules that were put in place in New Brunswick, the cops are allowed to pull you over and search your vehicle, and if you've bought too much beer in Quebec, they're allowed to seize it and give you a fine. Because you're not supposed to buy beer in Quebec to bring it across. But somebody challenged that rule that's been in place since like the 20s recently. That said that no, I'm fighting this one because I don't believe it's right. And this guy actually went to court because he got pulled over for buying like 4 or 5 12 packs of beer or 24 packs of beer, bringing them back across the New Brunswick border. And the cops fined him. He fought it, and after 4 years, they finally came up with a court decision that said that, hey, yeah, you're right. This whole law is against free trade between the provinces, and it's unconstitutional. So they ruled in his favor. I doubt he got his beer back, but at the same time, he got it overturned. But now the government of New Brunswick has actually come out saying, yeah, we're appealing that decision.
They want to charge it back.
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't want to lose this because it ruins the New Brunswick's monopoly on beer in the province, which is fucking stupid in the first place. I mean, I don't necessarily have much against NB liquor, but like standing against against the winds of change here in this situation. I mean, you should be able to bring beer into the province from other provinces, no problem, because it's free trade between the provinces.
And I mean, if they opened themselves up to better selection in the first place, they wouldn't have as many problems with cross-border shopping as they have.
Well, the selection in New Brunswick's been getting a lot better, obviously. But at the same time, when it comes to like people who go across the border to buy, like when it comes to you save $13 by driving 10 minutes across the Quebec border to save for beer that's like a magnitude cheaper. It doesn't make sense, right? I mean, why is that illegal anyway? I mean, it doesn't mean that everybody's going to do it in one case. Like maybe I don't want to drive to Quebec for the sake of buying a 2.4 of Canadian, but somebody who drinks it a lot. Yeah. But that just showcases the price differential between the provinces and like why is it so much more expensive here when it's the same fucking product?
Yeah, and let's face facts. I mean, the majority of the customer base for NBL liquor are buying the 24 packs of Molson and stuff like that. So.
Well, that's true, yeah. There's a lot of more craft beer fans. And craft beer is taking up a bigger spot in the store, but it's still mostly people walking out with Bud Light.
Yeah.
Or wine.
Oh my God.
How's it going, you?
What's going on?
Not much. Just because Chad's being a bitch and taking care of his kids and stuff and being a good dad. That fucking asshole. He's got this going on.
Yeah, those parental types are terrible.
Fucking assholes, man.
It's like get your priorities straight.
Be like you or be a deadbeat dad.
Hello, Radar. What's up?
Nothing much yourself.
Not much, man. I don't know. I'm surprised I even joined, man. The basketball game just started, so.
Oh, so you're honoring us of your presence, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and even with my camera on this time. How about that?
Wow, Jesus Christ! You can turn it back off.
All right. No, I just figured for proof I need to show you that I was actually drinking a beer today.
Oh, well, actually, hey, I am kind of honored you would actually drink a beer for my hangout instead of BDU, where you just drink fucking water all the time. So I guess
it's an amazing coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers to you, sirs, all of you. And it's not an empty bottle; it's was full of something.
Yeah, I don't even know how long this is gonna go. I just set it up in case anyone wanted to join in and get their fucking hangout fix and whatever. But.
Well, I need my weekly fix to bust balls. I don't care whose. Prefer Chad's, but anybody's will do. Radar, I don't know. I'd like to say he's easy pickings, but he hasn't really given us anything yet to get after him for. So, good on you, sir.
In due time.
Yeah, he'll slip up.
Huh?
He'll slip up. The way you sleep again?
Yeah. Hey, man, you can't make fun of a man when he's sleeping. Just to say, right? We can't control this.
They did.
I know, that was cruel. I'm not in favor of that. I do not approve.
Someone said in the background 9 out of 10.
I'm highly offended by that snoring.
You weren't there, man.
That's okay. I'm offended anyways, on principle.
Well, your face is offensive.
So easily offended. Yurt is just like the biggest, just the biggest crybaby offended person on the internet that I know.
I gotta learn that I just can't do anything about it.
Except unfriend everyone on Facebook. That's all you can do.
Hey, man, man's got principles.
Yeah, you gotta cut people off.
It's more than I can say for some of you fuckers.
Hey, I unfriended him.
So, yeah, we'll say Lee has principles. Even trolls come after him or whatever it shall be, takes him head on, and I don't know, bigger man than I in that case.
Another thing in the news: Atlantic Beer Festival too pricey for some beer brewers.
Oh yeah.
Did you go?
I didn't go. No. And a lot of microbreweries were complaining about the enrollment price versus the returns they would get on it. I know my buddy. I don't think my buddy Shane from Ham River Brewing Company. He didn't go at all. So.
You mean like an entry fee? Like how much were tables?
I'm not sure how much the tables were.
Yeah, hotels and all that stuff, that can add up. That's no question.
But I know the tables are pretty expensive, and a lot of it's bigger breweries forcing them out.
So it's just a beer festival. It's not a craft exclusive type thing where they're, those big guys could actually influence stuff. So like, we're going to pay, we're going to about $500 or $600 a table.
Yeah, like breweries like Moosehead or Molson can attend.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you at that point, I don't mind Molson, I don't mind Moosehead, but like Molson or something, like bringing their stuff, and like you're starting to get like, why would I even go to a beer festival?
I don't even Moosehead are kind of dicks. I mean, they really are. They've been dicks in the past. But I mean, that's just the sort of culture here. Like compared to, we're still like, when you think about it, we're still kind of like maybe 2 or 3, 4 years behind Ontario as far as that sort of thing goes. So it's like the possibility of like a beer fest like Chad's just probably wouldn't fly here in the Maritimes at this point. I don't think.
Maybe not yet.
Yeah, I mean, so you're stuck with these festivals that have like a lot of big breweries with a lot of corporate sponsorships and other bullshit like that. So I mean, guys like Propeller and Garrison are big enough where they can play the game and pay the price, you know. Probably. I don't know who said they were opting out or whatever, but there's so many small little breweries that have just popped up in the last year, here, that I'm not surprised a lot of them can't get in if they're charging like outrageous prices for the tables.
Flying Boats Brewing didn't go. Never heard of them.
So I'm not surprised. Down Shitty Flying Boats. Yeah, I just had their double oatmeal stout there last week.
Boar City Brewing in Moncton didn't go.
Or City, I haven't had anything from them, but yeah, they're saying right here is like as far as volume goes, you could bring 8 kegs, and that's a $600 bill for us. We can't really afford right now.
Yeah.
It must be too expensive to actually get a spot in this festival. They really do a little digging to see how much it actually was to get a table, but I know that my friend Shane is upset about it.
See, for some breweries, it's definitely a real drag, because it would be a good opportunity to get like advertisement and stuff like that, and get your name out there to the people. But here in Nova Scotia, I'm finding that a lot of the smaller breweries are actually getting represented in like the NSLC and stuff pretty well at this point. So, or at the very least, they're just like there's a ton of them in Halifax, in the Halifax area, where they're just by word of mouth, they're getting represented really well. They don't even necessarily need to go to a fucking beer festival to be known in their area and to get a customer base. So, but different strokes for different folks and all that stuff.
Well, it's kind of like going to beer awards too. Some people don't put up the money for it because they're looking at the return, and it's smart. These guys are in there. They want to make beer, and that's the dream. You have to be smart business guys too. Some guys are going to burn out and burn through a little excess cash they may have trying to get their name out there, but it still has to make it worth your while.
Yeah.
They're like, if they're breaking even on the weekend, that's good. That's a name thing. But if you're going to be out of pocket, $500 between travel expenses, table, the beer. For what? That means you have to sell how many kegs? How many kegs to make it back?
We're not quite as condensed here as the Golden Horseshoe is. It's an hour and a half drive between St. John and Moncton, and that's where Moncton's are the beer festival. Anybody coming from here has to stay in a hotel, has to pay for their own expenses for the trip.
Mm. When you look at it, you look at your business plan or whatever for your brewery. Say you're like just a little sort of micro brewery, nano brewery, even just starting up, and you want to get in this fest, but $200 a table. Well, that's $200 more than we have to spend on our advertising budget to start with, and then we have to basically give away a lot of our product for free, essentially, and that's going to cost us. That's out of our fucking pockets. Like, they're not going to go for that. Like, no one's going to fucking go for that. That's just ridiculous.
Well, I'm not sure if I understand this right, but looking at some of the comments on there's a Facebook group for St. John area beer fans. And, of course, Albino Rhino joined it, and there's a comment from him there. He's asking Shane about like what's going on, and I guess what happens is that they're expected to give up they're giving away or donating kegs to the festival, and without any kind of reimbursement.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that doesn't really even make business sense. What are you trying to do?
That's bullshit. Whoever set this festival up are fucking crooks, man. That's fucking...
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around these days. Everybody thinks running a festival is easy money because it is hot. People do go. And it's kind of like the crap that went on in Toronto earlier this year. Some guys out of Quebec, I can't remember, they're out of the Ottawa area, Gatineau or something. They ran a fest up there. It went pretty well. But then it came down to Toronto. Weekend? Which one?
The one this weekend?
Well, I don't know if it's this weekend, but they had one. It already took place, but in Toronto, it got a lot of flack for cost, price, for pours, how much you're spending, and blah 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 blah. And there's a lot of people who are in it just to make money. And that's great. I understand to make a little bit, but that's after a while, a brewery's got to be like, okay, hold on a second. It's great that you're doing this, but enough's enough. We have some standards. We have to make our money back. And only until these guys wake up and say, hey, I'm not getting my return, they're throwing away money. And some guys are like, I just can't do it. Some guys are going to be like, wait a second, I shouldn't do it. But they just do it because it might be gravy right now. It might be easy because, we're doing well. Let's just go to this fest, we'll go to that fest. not actually do the economics of it. Like, wait a second, this is not a good call. And until guys start like doing the math for themselves, like, wait a second, hold on, start questioning guys, start pushing back. I'll say the Michigan Brewers Guild, the fest that I go to, yeah, they've been around a while, and they do huge festivals, but they buy every single keg for the breweries. So the breweries, they supply the people, they get volunteers, and basically, they show up and drink for free and have fun. And some of these guys are paid by the breweries because they're on salary anyways. But the rest, the guild buys the stuff, and then they are basically, it's on the guild to make up the money in ticket sales, not up to the breweries. So,
it's the way it should be. It just basically boils down to festival runners basically exploiting breweries, because probably there's a lot of breweries out there that are inexperienced and they don't know any better, and yeah, I'll join your fest, why not? And then they get screwed over. And what does the fest owners care? Because they're going to make their money, and then they move on to the next fest. And, if that brewery isn't in the fest next year, there's probably 4 or 5 nano breweries around the area that are going to jump on the fucking grenade and join in, and they'll get exploited. It's a good little con, really.
No, absolutely. And actually, I was just going to say the guild in Michigan, and I don't know how it is in other states, the guild is actually basically it's a board of people who work at breweries, like brewery CEOs, brewery leaders. So these, basically, they're taking care of each other, whereas you have a private entity. Anytime anybody, I guess that's going forward, if anybody's looking at a fest, they should be like, who's running this thing? And then if it's a private guy, like, already be skeptical about you getting your money's worth and breweries getting their money's worth, because odds are it's not happening. So,
I think that's part of the reason why Chad had to go through so many fucking hoops and BS with his fest as well, to a certain extent, because he's like, who the hell is this guy? Why is he trying to run a fest? Is he just trying to do it to earn money? Is he trying to scam people? Like all those questions come up. And then, of course, it's just the fact that he doesn't have the sort of bona fides as being a guy in the industry to any fucking degree. Everyone's going to, like, look at him like, what the fuck's he doing here? Why is he even in this conversation? And it's cool that now he's had 3 successful festivals in a row where he's actually made a name for himself, and so that's really good.
No, agreed. And having some transparency and saying, hey, I'm doing this for charity, and taking a check or a sizable amount of cash to the Ronald McDonald House. I mean, it's good on them. And I think breweries can get behind that. They see, I mean, no one's counting every last nickel and dime, but hey, it's a sizable chunk of change. And even if Chad covered his own personal expenses for the weekend, I don't think anybody would, shake their head at, and I don't know, whatever. And I think he should, because he puts a lot of time and effort into it. So,
I like that model the best, because I think festivals should be primarily for brewery promotion, not necessarily brewery profit. I mean, profit comes after you've promoted your brewery, and a fest like Chad's is essentially like great promotion for a brewery, because here's a brewery who is basically doing this for charity. They're getting their expenses covered, of course, but all the money is going to like Ronald McDonald House or whatever other charity. And then a bunch of people drink their beer, and it's like, I'm going to seek those guys out. I'm going to support them and buy their beer. And I like that a lot better than these cynical corporate fucking owned fucking festivals where it's like Molson and Labatt running everything, or some bullshit like that, or some outside investors who made a deal where they're getting like Molson and Labatt and shit into their fucking festival. Like, yeah, it's all cynical. It's all about money, and we're probably not going to get all that much great beer, and why the fuck would I want to go to that festival? It's like, fuck that shit.
Here's something for you. What if Labatt approached Chad and said, hey, we'll give the Ronald McDonald House $5 extra grand for a table, or the size of like an aisle?
I bet Chad would do it. And I mean, if Labatt came into them and said, we want a table on your well,
I don't know if Chad would do it.
Yeah, okay, I take that back, because Chad wants it to be craft beer in the area. I mean, with the exception of Innocent Gun, of course. That's basically the exception to the rule, I think, for him. So he probably wouldn't do it. And really, he doesn't have to, because this last festival, he made a sizable chunk of fucking change for Ronald McDonald House, and I think he probably feels better about doing that the right way and getting the money the right way instead of having like Labatt hound in on him because this festival's been successful for 3 years and Labatt wants to leech off the popularity. I kind of think Chad probably wouldn't jive with that shit. He'd probably say no. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I don't know. That's why I brought it up.
I mean, Chad's always built this fest around being for the craft brewery. He kicked out Mill Street and Brickworks because they got bought out this year, right? So.
Yeah. And then, of course, he also just basically kicked out people who fucking wouldn't pay their goddamn fucking money up front, you know? Like, he gave them deadlines and, like, nah, they haven't gotten around to it yet. So it's like, well, okay, fuck you, you're out. So, yeah, actually, yeah, when I think about it now more, Chad's pretty no bullshit. So it's like, you fuck around with him, he's just going to cut you out right at the fucking throat. He's just gonna slit your throat and leave you bleeding on the fucking sidewalk, basically.
That's good. I mean, it's a good thing he's not trying to make money off the fest because and you do that enough times, the word gets out, and guess what? You start losing guys and people who are on the fence who had gone before. It's a fine line to walk for sure. So. Yeah. Especially if he wants to keep it going, and I think, I mean, to me, it baffles me how like Silversmith isn't there. Or were they this year? They've never gone, have they?
What's that?
Silversmith?
Silversmith went to the first one. I don't know about the second.
I mean, they're right in town. The fact that they don't go is like, what's the deal with that?
I think Chad said that they were kind of jerks, and then they jerked him around a bit. So, and I can kind of see that because I kind of got that vibe from that place where it was kind of the really hipster jerk ass fucking brewery to a certain extent. I mean, you know, you're pretty hipster when you got this like really high class looking kind of small intimate brewery in a fucking old church with stained glass windows and shit, and your premier beer is a fucking black lager. Like, you guys are a bit fucking pretentious, just a little bit, I think.
Joe says Silversmith has been at every single one, FYI.
Have they?
I don't remember. Didn't see them there this year. Then again, there was like 34. I didn't get to see everybody.
I guess I missed them the one time I went. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm still gonna say they're pricks. I'll just put it out there. They're pricks. Fuck them. Fuck them and their black lager. Their black lager was good, but fuck them. They're pricks. They're stained glass windows. Who the fuck they think they are?
Black lager and their Dunkel were pretty good.
Now, and hold on.
It was good.
Lee, as a man of the WWE, I gotta think if you can get yourself in a church or a funeral parlor of some kind, that would be the ultimate brewery, man. I don't know what you're talking about. You love it.
Yes,
you have to love it. Like boom. You'd have like the Undertaker. You'd always have like smoke going. You know.
Undertaker is gonna drink the black lager. Oh yes.
Exactly. See, I knew you'd yell over it. Brewery Vivant is one actually up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's in an old funeral home, and it's beautiful. It has a huge stained glass window, and it is awesome, man.
No, I actually really liked it. Like I like Silversmith better than I liked Oast Toast. Like Silversmith was just honestly, it wasn't all that pretentious. Honestly, I'm just playing it up a bit, but you know, it was an old church, but it didn't look like a church except for the stained glass windows. And compared to like Oast Toast, where it's like, all the tables are wooden and obviously made by like handmade artisans from the local area, and it looks like a fucking barn, and they're playing old blues music that no white person in this building probably actually likes. And
hey, but support local.
Oh yeah. Support local. Even if it's garbage. Why not?
Well, what he's saying, well, I can't say about the music, but I mean, if someone's making a nice table, it doesn't fall apart, and it's like thick oak. And,
No,
Yeah.
O's was nice, but it definitely felt more pretentious.
I will say I've only been to Osas once, but the staff there was worth the trip.
I think the beer at Oast House was better than Silversmith.
It's close. I like Oast House. I mean, a lot of people crapped on them. I like what they've done. I'm buying growlers of beer there, which I don't buy of anybody usually.
I just remember being more impressed with the stuff from Oast House than the Silversmith. Not that the Silversmith was bad or anything.
No, they were both pretty solid. Like, honestly, I have a difficulty picking between the two.
I'll tell you one place I really did enjoy there's Radar was the TWB.
Oh, I love that place.
That was an awesome
It was
place. I mean, maybe they were a hole-in-wall brewery, but they're just very passionate people about their craft.
Yeah, and I visited their websites, and then I visited they had a video on YouTube that I saw that pretty much explained how they work and all that.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. Check that out.
Just right together, we're better on YouTube, and you'll find it.
Joe says on Facebook, Silversmith had their black lager with raspberry on cask last year, and their black lager with hibiscus and pomegranate on cask this year.
Holy fuck, there's only 4 of us. Can we do something about the fucking echo? Jesus Christ.
Is it me?
I don't know.
Someone is.
It's driving me fucking nuts. There's only 4 of us here.
Someone
when
is.
I talk, is there...
No, I think it's Nick again.
God damn it, Nick.
What?
You really need to get earbuds, buddy. Really.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't take it anymore. It's just like, there's no need for...
That's what I got.
Anyway, Joe says the casks make them automatic drain pours for E, though. Apparently.
No. I actually I do now. I remember. I had that raspberry on cask. It wasn't bad, but I just don't. It's for me. I don't. It's just like Stone Brewery. I don't understand the fascination. I just don't get it. I don't know why they have a whole festival in Toronto about cask ales. Like, what is wrong with you people? I mean, there's a reason it died. You know what I mean? It's a cask festival featured Daniel Harper at every booth pouring you his finest ESBs. Get the fuck out of here. You know? I like Daniel Harper, but that random ESBs. Every time I think of ESB, I think of him. I'll still drink it, but still.
I love how Dan's been out of beer tube for like 3 or 4 years now, and everyone's still referencing him. That's awesome.
Hey, he's one of the first guys I've watched.
Yeah.
You know, and I dug it because he wasn't too. It didn't seem over the top or pretentious or anything. He's just a guy from Michigan drinking local beers that I liked and I could drink, and it just. Yeah, I didn't even notice the ums until I think Joe or Aaron pointed it out. It's just
He keeps teasing that he's going to come back and do one video just to tease everyone and fuck with everyone. Like, oh, I'm back! Oh, no, I'm really not. Bye-bye.
Yeah. You should do like those reboots 30 years later,
Kind of like a where they are now kind of video.
Yeah, actually, I'll let my beard keep growing, and then I will be the reboot Daniel Harper. Like a totally different person.
Alternate universe.
The endosymbiosis beer review. I'm sure he'd love that. I would love ESBs, and I would talk about science and stuff like that. And then I'd fly down to San Diego to hang out with a rebooted Chris Stelt and Jameson and Rashawn. That'd be awesome, actually. It's like the new Star Trek, even better.
Oh god, I don't know if this Star Trek is gonna be better. Like Star Trek Beyond?
I don't know, the new Star Trek reboots. It's just, dude, I'm a casual fan, so I like it.
I hate those films.
Fuck you.
I like the first one. Now I even feel bad for liking that one. And Nick, really, you need to do something about your mic, dude.
I thought it was me for a second.
No, it's Nick. It's always been Nick. God damn it. There you
Yeah,
go.
see, there
Look,
he goes.
no echo.
No echo. God damn it, Nick.
I know you said you had some sort of like echo reducing thing on your computer, but if you paid money for that, you got ripped off. I'll just say.
Yeah, shut up. I don't know what it is. It worked for
It is the fact you don't have earbuds. That is what it is. That's what's happening, dude.
I'm too lazy to hook them up.
God damn it.
Should get implants. I mean, earbud implants.
Implants.
Hey, Nick, and I swear to God, next year, if you come up to the fest and timing is good, I will take you to Toronto myself if they don't fucking take you. I swear to God. That's call me on it. I will take you there because it's bullshit. Just gotta say that right now.
I'd really love to go up there. I mean, Bellwoods is one of the places. I was hoping to actually go to see Bellwoods this year. And I kind of got the feeling that they were going to take me up there if things didn't fall through on like the last day. Like I guess was it? There was like Other Husband and Punter were going to do a road trip to Toronto in order to, when they take me up to the airport, and that kind of fell through for two reasons. Punter just had a kid not too long ago, and his wife is, adamant that he stay close to home, which kind of sucks. So she poo-pooed that idea, and then Other Husband kind of got into a fight with Chad's wife at the festival, and then he ignored Chad the whole next couple days, which that dickbag pulled out. And if Joe's listening in, he probably would be cursing and swearing at the Other Husband right now.
I didn't see Joe driving you to Toronto either. So
Yeah.
fuck him.
Or Joe dragging me over to Buffalo to take a look at this beer store he wants me to look at.
Yeah. Let's just say it now. Average Joe. Fuck that guy.
Fuck Joe.
He talks a big game, talks about having a channel and all this shit, man. He's all smoke, man.
He never follows through with anything. No channel, no beer drive.
I mean, I even came back and said, if you come back, I'll come back. So I started a channel, rebooted my channel again, just for him. And no, nothing happened.
And man, he abused your friendship, or he just strung you along and then
What friendships? He's unfriended.
He just let you hang out there.
He just deleted me on Facebook one day.
Yeah. Amen.
What is this, high school?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what? Actually, you know what? I'm almost 40 years old. When I turn 40 in about a month, I'm deleting Facebook. Period. So, sayonara, motherfuckers. Take it all in.
He's deleting Facebook, and then he's gonna get a shuffleboard set.
I already got that.
He already got them.
Well, I mean, like, listen, if I can still talk to you on MySpace, I'll get a MySpace account, and we'll...
Be sure you
Hey,
keep
man.
your live journal open.
I got my BBS stuff running if you guys want.
Your PBS.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Dude, I remember the days of, like, Pamela Anderson.jpeg and trying to get that shit onto like a floppy disk.
Remember ASCII porn?
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
No, I wasn't even I wasn't that desperate, man. Come on now.
Look at all these boobs made out of semicolons. Great.
It's amazing. You think we'd evolve from that, yet anime still exists. So I don't know.
Oh, God.
Google
Don't
it.
get me started. I
Make
hate
ASCII porn.
Oh, fuck. All right, so I have to ask since
Jeez.
Radar's on here. So
Motion.
it's here's what I have to know. So it's former alcoholic Radar.
Yeah.
Are you the former alcoholic, or you're a Radar for former alcoholics?
What?
Are you a Radar for former alcoholics, or are you a Radar that was a former alcoholic?
I'm former alcoholic Radar. My name is Radar. And I'm former alcoholic.
Oh, so it's one and the same, so they're two. Okay, I got you. Okay.
I used to drink a lot. Like I used until October 11th. I used to drink on average 2.5 bottles of red wine a night, or 14 James Reddies a night.
Well, that'll do you.
Yeah, I ended up in hospital, and that was it. I'm not gonna drink like this again. Fuck that. But I say I was an alcoholic because it was the only way I could sleep.
Oh yeah.
drinking, but now I'm sober pretty much. I mean, sure, I drink every once in a while, but not like Greg.
Not like the bylog.
Bylog. Elog.
The
So,
bylog.
so in all honesty, you're not a true alcoholic. You're not a true alcoholic because
No.
you
I'm not an
have,
alcoholic. I'm just starting the night with a 10% alcohol beer. Why not?
because you have self. Shut up, Greg. Shut up, Greg. We're not talking about you yet.
Listen up a little bit. It's just 11.3 right here.
Yeah, but that's a small bottle.
That's what she said.
Oh, now he's throwing size around like it's some sort of
That's
thing.
right.
Yeah,
You look very dark today, there, Greg. Very dark.
I know I've been tanning.
Waiting for a racial remark. Waiting for a racial remark to so I can unfriend you all.
Well, I was just gonna say
Do it.
I'm like the opposite of that new offensive detergent commercial where once I start drinking beer, I become blacker. Oh, no one's seen that commercial where there's a black guy comes in, tries to make out with an Asian girl, she throws him in a laundry machine, and then he comes out as an Asian guy, and they're like, they cleaned him.
No.
I'm not
You
from
haven't seen-
Japan.
Yeah, you haven't seen that commercial? It's like it's the biggest offense lately that it's racist and all that. You gotta get on that. You unfriend anyone who enjoys that video.
I'll say this, Yurt. He looks like a Nigerian from Niger.
I think he sent me an email once telling me about him being a prince and needing some money. He's gonna upload him.
If he give me $10,000, I guarantee you $10 million over the course of a 6-month period.
That's right. We have to pay off the expenses of the bank. We have to pay off a couple people, and then we'll get these millions of dollars because these people are being paid off. Wouldn't want the millions of dollars.
Yeah, they're holding on to. Yeah, they need my extra 10,000. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Bylog barristers.
All right, I'll be right back.
No, he won't. No, he won't. So there's been any interesting conversations tonight, like about how the LCBO, somebody put vodka or water in the vodka bottles, or.
Dude, oh my God,
No Ontario beer news tonight.
Oh.
Alright, here's some Ontario beer news. Side Launch won Canadian Brewer of the Year. What a joke. Holy shit.
Have they even made a new beer since, I know they had their initial 3, their pale ale, their wheat, and their dark, which are all decent beers, but I don't think they've released anything new since then.
How the fuck do you get Brewery of the Year of a pale ale, a wheat, and dark?
They all won gold medals, I think, at the beer awards, so that's what determined it, I guess.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It's kind of like Great Lakes. I mean, I never think of Great Lakes as Brewery of the Year, but if you win enough medals for the amount of entries, why wouldn't you, I guess?
Great Lakes, the thing is, they put out a ton of stuff, and it's all pretty much 8 out of 10 and above beers. So, I mean, they rarely miss, so I can understand why they get those kind of ratings, but... Mm-hmm. I mean, Bellwood's probably is a lot more experimental, a lot more interesting than Great Lakes, but they just don't put out the quantity.
If wheat beer is your premier beer and you get Brewery of the fucking Year, that has to be the best goddamn wheat beer ever. Otherwise,
well, to be fair, that used to be known as Denison's wheat beer, and at one point it was rated #1 in the world or something. So
really?
It is a good quality wheat beer, but again, you're right. I don't think no matter how good it is, it's enough to carry the brewery around. And also, when it was rated #1 wheat beer in the world, that was like 2010 or something. So times have changed a little. So
I wouldn't know what a good wheat beer tastes like, honestly.
I love
they're all just too yeasty and just, I don't know, there's some of them I don't like. Probably, actually, you know what, I would dare say it's maybe my least favorite style, even over a lager, to be honest with you.
You'd prefer a Saison?
Oh, yeah.
I'd say, I would agree in part. I'd say Crystal Weizen is my least favorite style because that's a wheat beer without any character.
Oh, God.
No, I like a good wheat beer that has, but I like the ones that have nice flavor, especially if they have a nice banana flavor to them. And they're great pool beers. I mean, they're what they are.
Well, when you get a good German one with really good high carbonation and a lot of the sort of clove character to it and stuff like that, that's what I go for. Propeller here in Nova Scotia, they just reintroduced their Hefeweizen, and it's fucking fantastic. I love that beer. That's my favorite wheat beer of all time. And it's not even German, so, you know, the Nazis can fucking yell at me over the internet because I love it so much.
What I've often found, though, is that, you know, a company will release a good wheat beer, maybe for a year or two, and it'll be really good, and then all of a sudden it'll change, and it'll be more mass market, more of a barbecue beer. Like, I used to really like the Muskoka Weiss, and that kind of became, like, it had a little bit more flavor than an average lager. Whereas, you know, the first couple of years I had it, it used to come in giant bottles. It was really overpriced. It was like $7 a bottle or something. It was delicious.
There's probably a pressure in the North American market to make your wheat beer sort of fall into the standard of like North American wheat beer eventually.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, this is Muskoka we're talking about.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
that's true.
They're kind of known for dumbing things down for the cottage country folk.
I mean, Propeller, to their credit, their Hefeweizen, it was like one of my favorite beers from them for years, and then they just stopped making it for like several years because they just didn't have the room in their tanks. They were just making all kinds of new beers and stuff. So instead of dumbing it down, there's like, we're not making it for like 3 or 4 years, and then they started making it again, and it's as good as it ever was. So
it's good it didn't drop in quality.
yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I drank it, and hey, this is the same fucking beer I drank like 5 years ago. So awesome.
There's some heavy breathing going on.
I encourage that in this chat.
Like I personally can't stand saisons. Like, it's so rare that I actually find a saison that I actually like, and most of the time it's because it's just a wheat beer that they call it a saison.
Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. But I know what you mean, though. That there isn't a lot available within Ontario that I've had that are decent. And I always thought, I'm not really a fan of saisons until I had actually a good one. And I'm like, holy, wait a second. Super light, refreshing.
What was the good one you had?
I don't want to get trolled out of this conversation, so I'm not bringing it up.
No, I'm curious, because I'd actually try it if you say it's good.
But. Hill Farmstead Arthur?
I don't even know what that is, so.
Yeah. So, yeah, Hill Farmstead. You know those guys up there.
Anyways, troll, boo, you've got a terrible palate. Yeah, go back to
I'm
beer
offended.
school.
I'm offended. Yeah.
Now that we got that out of the way.
Yeah, now I got that out of the way. Hey, by the way, Grandma's boy, I'm taken care of.
Oh, did you? Okay. Good, because
Yeah.
I was gonna see if I could make a trip up tomorrow, because I had a busy as fuck weekend. But
Yeah, no, I knew you're busy. So, oh, not the next weekend. I'm like, well, I know another guy in the city who gets down there. So I said, hey, if you're going down, just because a buddy of mine wants, I'm like, well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna ask, and if it works out, great. If not, no biggie.
cheers. I'm thinking of going down there anyway, because I want to pick up some of their stuff, but I'll feel less pressure too, because I'll be worried that I might make you cry, and I don't. That's just not a sight I want to see again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty jealous. What are you, 15 minutes away?
On a good night with no traffic, yeah, if I take the highway, but I mean, typically it's a little longer than that, just Toronto traffic. But
Yeah.
it depends. I mean, if I go on a Saturday night, it might take me half hour or longer to get there, but and then I won't be able to find any parking. But,
Yeah, that can be tricky. There's one, like, as soon as you pull into Ossington off of Queen, right? There's like a parking lot on the right side that you pay. So I just pull in. I'm like, I'm gonna walk up the block and I'm not paying anything.
Yeah.
I just walk and get my stuff and come back and I'm gone.
I usually just illegally park across the street and then hopefully don't, because they don't really enforce the area too much between 9 and 12, because after 9 parking's free, so they don't really even enforce the illegal parking all that much. And then after 12 is when all the parking passes come into effect for residents who live there. So usually if during that 3-hour window, you're usually okay to park there, grab your stuff, and then head out. But
Yeah.
except sometimes it gets annoying at the bottle shop, because you get some idiots there that just know nothing about beer. Kind of like me, but even more so like me. And
like
they'll
me?
just be like, can you tell me what this beer tastes like? Oh, hoppy. Does that mean it's bitter? Oh. I'm literally quoting like some Asian chick that was there last time, and I don't condone violence against women, but I wanted to find another bigger woman to just beat the shit out of her because she was annoying as fuck.
Did
If you're
she
watching Asian woman,
at any time did she say, how much is this beer? Is it $5? $5, soldier boy?
didn't quite have the accent. It was more like she had like annoying like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like an annoying kind of like trail to everything she said. She's like, "Oh, does this taste like hops? Really?
It is happy beer, stupid white man? Oh, stupid white man.
They're
White
like,
girl.
they're telling you, "Oh yeah, this is our Barnell 3 with peaches. Does it taste like peaches? Really? Is it worth that much per bottle?" It's like,
I don't know. I don't price them, lady. God
just
damn it.
go fucking next door and sample them all for $3, and then you can come back and see if they're worth it.
I don't understand why they don't just treat her like they treat people like me. They just say, just move along, go away. Because when I go there and I want to buy an extra large T-shirt, and they're like, we don't carry extra larges, and I'm like, you're just fat shaming me. Why don't they dumb shame these other people? Get them out of there. You know what I mean?
They should.
We don't want you around. We don't want your kind. You don't know anything about beer. Go away. Oh, you're too big. Go away.
You are a category upon yourself, sir. It'd be your shaming at that point.
And as we all know, there's no hipsters that are like overweight. That's not.
Well, and that's what I said to them. I said they're like the Abercrombie of breweries. Is that what they are? And she's like, what? I said, yeah. I'm too fat. I'm too big to wear your clothes, so I can't buy anything here. And she's like, what are you accusing us of fat shaming? She's laughing about like, yeah, I guess that's what it is. It's fat shaming. Thank you.
Listen, lady, what the fuck you gonna do when some fucking fat neckbeards come in here and fucking start drinking your fucking beer? Who are you gonna sell shit to then, bitch?
Exactly.
Hogan's coming, and he's not afraid to drop some N-bombs.
Right. I'll tell you something, brother. No niggers are gonna be drinking beer in here.
Yeah. Good thing that's a parody.
Shit, now I gotta unfriend you, Lee. I'm sorry.
No, that was a parody.
Okay. Okay, it was all right then.
I will screen share a YouTube video of what a parody is. A wise man once went on a rant about what a parody is.
We're all well advised to what a parody actually is. Yes, thank you.
Actually,
Dr.
I haven't checked in on that situation. He's pretty much back right down, hasn't he?
Yeah, I actually checked. I actually got the curiosity bug and checked back in him like a week ago or so, and it's like, he's stopped talking about me, which is good.
But I thought he's going to terrorize you from now for the rest of your days, and you're never going to have a moment's peace.
Oh yeah, he was saying he was going to run me down and like get after me and shit, and he never quite did that apparently. But now he's just making his little paranoid rant videos of scared old man who doesn't understand reality kind of thing, So good on Dave. He'll probably die in 5 years, and we won't have to worry about him anymore.
Hey man, don't name names.
I'm gonna name names. I'll name names. Dave Coulter. Fucking flag this video, bitch. Go ahead, you fucking piece of shit.
Oh, you've ruined everything.
Don't flag this video. I was like giving like some good sage words of wisdom out here.
That old cowardly piece
now
of shit.
Now it appears Ewart's getting some sagely words of wisdom. Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up, Ewart!
Shut up, Ewart! Shut up, Ewart! Stop talking to your drunk friends!
And put some pants on.
No one wants to see that! No one wants to see that, Ewart!
You double-bearded bastard. Why is there an Asian guy in the chat, like an old Asian dude? Is that the Dalai Lama?
Yes, the Dalai Lama with a tank turret on his head.
Yeah, it's future Bellwood's customer.
It's me.
There we go.
It's me, Radar.
Oh, a former alcoholic, Radar.
Yeah. That's my Google account / Gmail / YouTube avatar.
See, I don't think you should change it. You were saying earlier that you were thinking of changing it. I don't think you should. That's pretty perfect.
You should change it to something like this.
Holy shit, it's Matt. He hasn't been around for a while.
It's massive beer reviews. He just did a series of live beer reviews.
I'm glad he wasn't dead for them.
I can't hear shit, so give me a sec.
Well, I can't hear anything. What a shit this guy is.
You know, Chad can't see shit. He has a YouTube channel too, so it's okay. I thought Matt quit the beer tube. I hadn't seen him on there in a while.
He was gone for like a week. Get over it.
Oh.
I haven't seen Yord on BeerTube for quite a while. He must be really done.
No, I'm done. I had a run-in with Dar in the New York, the Long Island beer geeks, and
Oh, really?
they took me down faster than Dave Colton.
Did you stab Dar to death? Please tell me you did.
No, I didn't. I don't know.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, Joey didn't start his channel. I told him if he didn't start his channel, I said I'm taking mine down. He didn't, so I'm done. That's the reason I started it.
Well, you're a man of principle.
I am a man of principle. Just like Winston Churchill.
And Donald Trump.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
Are you going to build a wall for us?
Yes. Keep all the Americans out, for sure.
He's already built a wall around Michigan.
Keep all the beer in.
You were from Michigan?
Nah, I'm close, though.
Oh.
He might as well be in Michigan. He's kind of a renegade Canadian.
He's pretty much got one foot dipped in there at all times.
Yeah. For example, Sunday morning I got up and the border was looking quiet, so I jumped over the border and I picked up some beer mail and hit the little store and was back home before 11 o'clock.
See, look at it this way. If Canada and the USA were one big vagina, Yort would have one ball dipped into each. So both balls are dipped in.
I missed that last bit. What was I don't know.
I'm saying if Canada and the U.S. were all one big vagina, you would have both balls dipped in.
Exactly.
Now, Ewart, I'm just going to throw something crazy out there. Have you ever had sex before? Because it doesn't work that way. You don't actually put your balls in the vagina.
What?
Depends on the vagina.
Some people.
And depends on where everything else is.
Well, but
I mean, when you think about it, the U.S. and Canada have been fisted many times by many politicians, so it's wide open.
But not by balls is the point I'm trying to make. The balls should not go in there.
The balls should be able to fit in there if it's fisted that open.
I've seen it happen.
See, I would think more like, Ewart's in that vagina, but he's got one ball dangling on each side of the labia.
Well, no. What happens is beforehand, there's a lot of stretching involved, so exercises.
All right.
I take it back. You're right.
Okay, is that Matt in Matt's picture? Because that doesn't look like Matt. It looks kind of like.
That's like sexy version Matt.
No, that's not Matt. That's the Matt / That's like who's the fat guy from NSYNC?
It looks well. Either that or like the new metal version of Matt. Like he was in like.
He's got a mustache. Is that you, Matt? Was that a mustache?
Well, maybe he's like Paul and he's reinventing himself. Like Paul's a brony now, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know if it's an elaborate joke or if it's real.
Well, that's what I was thinking. At first I thought it was ironic, and then it's like, wow, he's kept this joke up for an awful long time.
He's really running with it.
Yeah. Okay, I can hear shit now. What's going on, motherfuckers?
How are you doing, sir?
Hopefully you didn't hear that last part about Joey Fatone.
Yeah, it's all right.
Whatever happened between me and Joey Fatone stays where it happened, so I don't even want to talk.
I think Yord was implying that you killed him and took his place.
I killed his asshole, my wiener, and that's all I know.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
But how are you doing, sir? Welcome back to BeerTube. I saw you just did an elaborate series of live reviews.
I wouldn't use the word elaborate. I'd use the word I don't give a fuck. But yeah, sure, 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
I was trying to pump it up a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was like just moving and shit. You know what I mean? Getting shit situated. So I almost have my stuff, back to normal, if that actually is a thing. And then yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, bummed I missed the fucking festival because it looked like it was a good time and
pretty
whatnot. But
I mean, we didn't quite have the amazing weather we had last year, but otherwise it was a good time.
nice.
We still have
So-
more people though. 1,200 instead of 1,100.
Still more people with bad weather. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well,
If,
I think
I'm
Chad's
not
at the point
familiar
now
with.
where... I'm sorry, Radar. Go ahead.
I'm not familiar with that the other bearded guy there, Matt.
That's Matt from Massive Beer Reviews. He's
Hi.
he's
I'm
been
Radar.
missing in action for a little while.
I'm
Yeah,
Radar from Beer Gee Reviews.
The what?
I'm Radar from Beer Gee Reviews.
Beer Gee. I don't know who that Gee guy is. He
he's
sounds
the guy-
creepy. He
yeah,
sounds
he-
creepy and like he makes overtly sexual jokes all the time. That's
Well,
all.
he sounds like somebody who has a casting couch where he takes advantage of people. Radar's that guy who gets taken advantage of on a weekly basis.
Well, no. Gee sounds like a guy who you dream about having a casting couch, so you can think about the casting couch stuff that goes on to jerk off to, and yeah.
Hey Matt, let's get one thing straight. Let's get one thing straight. I do not dream about a guy on a casting couch taking advantage of me. I dream of multiple guys on a casting couch taking advantage of me. Okay, I am not a monogamist. Okay,
It's gotta be a big.
let's clear
couch.
this up right now.
Okay. Well, good to know.
I need dicks everywhere,
Yeah.
all over the place.
Listen, Greg, the first time we ever saw each other in public, the first thing I thought was that dude loves dicks being double parked on asses. That's all I.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I fucking.
You know it. You know it. I just can't get enough.
So if you had like an artist's loft as an apartment, basically what you would have is like a wall of phalluses.
See,
And
I
I would
don't
just-
see it like that because that's synthetic dick. I assume more it's like the ticket thing, like at the deli counter, and be like dick number 98 serving now kind of thing. You know?
Well, I mean, he'd be doing that too, but I mean, he has that wall, so every once in a while, when he's bored, he can, just bump his face into them and, rub himself up.
Well, Lee, I know you're intimately familiar with the movie Dawn of the Dead. You made a podcast about it. You got a poster right behind you. You know the first scene where the girl's leaning up against the wall and all the arms come out of the wall at her.
That's Day of
That
the
would be
Dead,
with-
by the
just
way.
with dicks.
That's Day of
What's
the
that?
Dead. That's Day of the
It
Dead,
is
not
Day of the
Dawn.
Dead. Oh, you're right. Anyways, we're gonna go back and edit that out and make it smarter. Anyway,
Yeah.
Day of the
No,
Dead.
it's not gonna happen.
You're right. But anyway, that wall would just be a wall of dicks.
All right.
Nothing like a wall of dicks to make a fucking Monday brighter.
It's kind of like, it's another terrible metaphor. It's just like, remember in Poltergeist when he swam into that pool? Instead of, like, other bodies in there, it's just,
Dick.
I just remember that movie was rated PG-13, but there's the part where they blow up her skirt. You get to see her panties.
Well, that was back in the '80s where PG-13 was like extreme because you were still seeing PG movies with titties in them.
Yeah, I know that was wonderful. Hell, even rated R movies were a lot more extreme than nowadays. It's rated R. Oh, we're gonna drop 2 F-bombs in there, and that's rated R now.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing, though. It's actually like there's a gap. It's like it gets to rated R quick, but then like there's a gap, and then like how do I put it? Like rated R is quick, but then they also go to like filth quicker. You know what I mean? Like it's like weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
The ratings board is just all fucked up. They're incredibly inconsistent on what is considered R and then what goes to fucking NC-17, where it's like either you cut this or we're gonna make you NC-17 and you're not gonna show up in a lot of theaters. So
All I can say, if you're gonna rate your movie R, you better first watch the original RoboCop. That's how you compare it. That's how you do an R rating.
and that's a great R-rated film
Oh,
because that's a funny, smart fucking R-rated film.
Which one?
RoboCop
the
1.
original.
Yeah.
No, the original one, yeah. Or the
That's
original
just a
copy.
That's just a fantastic movie that just none of the sequels or cartoons or any TV shows or whatever the fuck else has ever even compared to that movie. That movie is just fantastic.
Yeah.
I
That's one
didn't
of
see
those-
the remake.
The remake is actually not terrible, but
Huh?
it's not great.
The remake falls under the category of so what? So
Yeah.
what? It's an okay movie. Why'd you call it RoboCop? You could have called it anything else. It would have been just as good, and it still would have been like, okay, fine.
It's got Michael Keaton and RoboCop with a black paint job who can like jump and do flips and stuff like that. Like it's like okay, whatever. The charm of RoboCop is that he was a fucking automaton who, you know, had to make noises every time he fucking moved and walked very slowly and shit like that. It was much more interesting.
Plus, who would have thought that dad from that? Because I saw RoboCop, I think, after I'd already seen that '70s show. I saw it a little bit later. I didn't see it when it was like in the '80s. And who would have thought the dad from that '70s show was the freaking most badass villain in an action movie?
He was good in there.
Leave,
amazing.
bitches.
No, I mean the guy from RoboCop was in that '70s show, and of course he's badass. Red is badass, so he's like the same guy.
Red
Foreman wasn't murdering cops, you know, like
he might.
That you know about.
If the son was if the cop was his son, he might have.
Yeah, maybe.
You kill him a cop and you call him a dumbass right after.
Dumbass. Yeah. Kurtwood Smith, underrated character actor.
Yeah. By the way, does anyone know that the sister from that '70s show, Eric's sister,
She's
one,
dead.
there's an old. Okay, that was gonna be number 2. But number 1, if you look online, you can see her titties in another movie. She's dead.
Yeah, she's dead, and she was in Amityville. I can't remember the name of the film, but it was one of the Amityville sequels where she shows her titties. Yeah.
Yeah, it was too bad because she was so freaking hot too. Like I always thought she was hotter than the actual girls,
the blonde
main
one?
girls on the show.
Yeah. Eric Foreman's sister in that. She's dead. I think it was a drug overdose or something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was a major like heroin addict, I think.
Yeah.
Well, you see some pictures of her kind of towards the end, and it wasn't pretty. But
it was like the last 2 seasons or something like that. They replaced her with another chick.
yeah. Shuck the log like that toothless hooker that propositioned me a few weeks ago. I'll try to anyway.
At the beer fest?
Good. What was that?
At the beer fest?
No, not at the beer fest. I was I was driving in not a great part of Toronto, and I was in a big Mercedes that it's not mine, it's my boss's, but it's like this big ass pinmobile, and I see this. I basically see this girl walking in lingerie, right? And I see her from behind. She clearly has no panties on. You get to see her ass sticking out of there, and I'm kind of like, all right, I like this. She turns around. She has no teeth. She's very clearly a heroin or a meth or something addict. And she sees me looking at her, and she comes right over, and I'm at a stoplight. I'm just like, this light needs to turn green now. Because not only that, like, my boss, she's a lawyer. She has her phone number on the back license plate. So I'm just like, somebody's going to take a picture of this if she leans into this car, and it's going to look real bad. So I need to get the fuck out of there, and luckily the light turned green.
Well, that's why red lights are optional in Detroit.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to look really bad if she's gumming your dick, yeah.
Well, that was the thing. I knew when she asked me, I probably couldn't resist the good price. So, plus, as most people tell me, who needs teeth in that scenario, right?
I left my dentures at home, baby.
No, but it was just crazy. Like from behind, she just looked like your dream woman, and then from the front, it's like, oh my God, you look like you're 60. This is gross.
Yeah, that's drugs for you.
Yeah.
It starts in the fucking face, man.
I know it hadn't worked its way down to the butt yet, because that butt was nice. It was ripe for the picking.
You get these like 25-year-old girls who look like they're fucking 55 in the face.
That's the thing. I don't think this girl was probably 25. She was probably early 20s. Like I actually kind of feel bad. Like I mean, in all seriousness, because I'm just like, whatever you've done to your life, you fuck yourself up.
That's why prostitution should be legal and regulated.
Well, you know what? If you actually made them do health checkups, gave them, health insurance, made them pay taxes like regular citizens, and instead of just having to, go with pimps who beat them and make them take drugs, it probably would be better for them in the long run,
I'm totally for that. I have no problem with sex workers wanting to sell their bodies. It's a product. It's fun, you know, and if it's a regulated industry, it's just better. It's win-win for everybody, except for criminals, which is what you want to weed out in the first place. So.
I literally know some girls that are such sex addicts that they've even said, you know, I should start charging because, you know, so many guys are getting it for free. So. But then the problem is you won't have any more money for beer.
I already don't.
There he is. There he is.
Yeah. I mean, hey, to Lee's point, everything should be legalized. I have full support of that. And for the most part, it just goes to show how dumb some people can get, because for the most part, you can do that if you want to, safely and within the bounds of the law. But yeah, obviously they get caught up in some mess and get desperate and they do dumb shit. So, but it can be done. So everything will be decriminalized before we're dead. So.
I'm a fan of legalizing just about everything. You know, just maybe not weapons, because I have a problem with the way the U.S. works. And again, I'm not anti-gun. I'm against idiots having guns and then shooting up places. I'm all for safe gun ownership. However, everything else, legalize. You know what? Legalize meth, legalize heroin, sell it to everything else. Sell it to else, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Let the people kill themselves that are going to do it, and then it'll just.
As long as you're not hurting anybody else, you can do whatever you want to your body. It's a free world. You should be able to do whatever you want.
That's kind of my feelings on it. If you're stupid enough to do heroin or meth or all that other shit, let Darwinism take its course and just wipe your genetics off the face of the earth.
Exactly. That's everybody trying to play God. Don't just let them kill themselves off, and that's fine. It's a shame. You'd rather people didn't, but you know.
Yep. It's the same thing for prostitution. If you can, you know what? If you can make it safe, well, safer. Let's not call it completely safe, but safer. And you can. Hey, guess what? Maybe they can pay taxes, and maybe the rest of us Joe Blows who work regular jobs, maybe we can get a tax break, because now we've got an extra dosage of tax in the economy. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Not to mention, people would have legitimate jobs instead of living off of the government, basically being unemployed and then dealing drugs on the side. They'd actually, because there wouldn't be no drugs to deal because it'd all be legal, so they'd be forced to get a job, probably working in one of those places. That's fine too. So.
Yeah. I mean, hey, they should know the product, right? So they should be really good at selling it behind the counter.
Yeah.
But it's kind of scary. I mean, you were actually in agreement on something. I got to tell you.
You're not as dumb as you look. It's okay.
Well, that's nice. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
All right, guys. I'm going to go. It's past my bedtime. So.
See you later. Get those
Sayonara.
kids off your lawn.
Have a good one, York.
Yeah, I'll just get the hose on them. So.
See ya. See ya.
I'm going to go get another alcoholic beverage, and I shall return.
Where'd Nick go?
Nick has gone to masturbate. He's very slow at it. Let him do it, and he'll be back.
As long as he's muted.
Did you guys see the one about the guy that was gaming and he forgot about everything? Like he was he had a Twitch account and then he thought everything was off, but then he started masturbating. So Matt, were you at the festival?
I was not. I was not
No?
there. I was there last year, but I didn't go this year because I had to do life and stuff. Where life gets in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, lucky me, I had a guy named Guy driving there, so I went with him.
Well, not so lucky that you had a guy named Guy, because that means your asshole probably got probed by a finger or two. But in general, it was probably a good time, I assume.
Yeah, we had a good time. My snoring pretty much was the thing of the week. They caught me in the car. They caught me snoring. Chad made a snoring review or sleep review. I don't know if you saw that one.
I think I did see it. It was when he put up the like his the trip video. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's one video about a minute and 30 long. It's just me snoring.
Yeah. He's the new champion. He beat Nick out. If Paul was up that year, Paul would have probably killed himself. But things are stabilizing, sort of settling down for you now, Matt?
Yeah. I mean, it's just getting moved, man. Like the actual moving aspect of it. Like I broke the cusp of it was I broke up with my girlfriend, long-time relationship shit. And it's not so much that, that's not bad. It's more like I just don't want to come home and not be relaxed. Mm-hmm. So it's like getting all my shit set up, you know what I mean? Getting it set up to the way I want it and stuff like that. So today was the day. I actually got stuff set up to the way I liked it. So, yeah, it does not suck.
Right on. That's good. Get to rebuild your man cave a little bit. And
yeah, just stick my wiener in vaginas. That's pretty awesome too. Seriously, it's awesome. It's not to be fucked up, but there's so many vaginas. You know, it's pretty cool.
What's the market opens up again? Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like you find out It's like you open up a fucking. It's like going public with a fucking. You know what I mean? Like a fucking corporation. You're just again. You're like, oh, is my stock gonna sell? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I'm selling so much stock, and it's crazy. So it's pretty cool.
Ton of stock right here, ladies.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear titties?
Well,
Here,
wait,
titties?
what
I don't hear
apropos that fucking, you come back right now.
I'm trying to cut back on my beer drinking, so I'm having bourbon instead.
Oh, well, that's going to make things better.
Less carbs, I suppose.
Well, yeah, better for you maybe, not better for us.
Why, you don't want a sober Greg now, do you?
Probably not. I get this weird phrase in my head when I think of you sober, I'm going in dry, and it just is not appealing at all. Goddamn, we got 4 viewers and no one's making fucking comments. What the fuck is going on? If this is fucking the people I put the fucking invite to on BDU and they're just fucking watching, you people are fucking pieces of shit. Fucking join into the goddamn fucking chat and stop fucking hounding the fucking section where you're fucking watching the goddamn video on YouTube. And if you're on fucking YouTube and you're watching the fucking video, fucking put comments in the goddamn comment section. All we have is fucking the alien wolf who made a comment 3 fucking hours ago, and we already answered that one. So fucking put more comments in, you fucking pieces of shit. God damn it.
Here, I'll even give you something to comment about. I think, let's see. Everyone who rides a motorcycle is a fucking idiot. Get a car, you fucking children. There, comment and tell me how offended you are by me.
That's right. You're all terrible people.
I just don't like all these damn Harleys that come by and make too much noise.
Ever since I saw that South Park episode, I don't see bikers the same way anymore.
That was a good episode because it also, but see, that also legitimized my use of the word faggot, because I love using the word faggot. I never use it to describe gay people. I use it to describe assholes. I think it was an excellent word. That South Park episode exactly exemplified my feelings on that word.
Faggot's always been an exceptional word.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. weird. I've been like fucking freshing the YouTube page, and now that comment from whatever the fuck I said that guy's name was, Wolf bullshit, whatever.
Alpha Wolf or something.
Yeah, it's totally gone now. So I'm kind of wondering if YouTube's being a bitch tonight and I'm not seeing comments. There might be like 18 comments right now and I'm just not seeing them. So if that's the case, I apologize to all the viewers, but if that's not the case, fuck you people for watching and not commenting. You're all pieces of shit.
One way or the other.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, if having balls in a vagina doesn't get people commenting, I don't frickin' know what will.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we described Yurt's balls being in the vagina of Canada and U.S. I don't know what else is going to entice people into watching this shit and commenting. It's just...
I think that Chad's not on, and he's the one that knows a lot of people that know a lot of people.
Yeah, that's the thing. Chad knows too many people. He knows a lot of people he shouldn't know. And talks to him too regularly. I'm just going to throw a name out there. Stephen Orr. Fuck you, you piece of shit. You're a piece of garbage. You send massive beer mails to people and hope to buy their friendship, and you're...
Copyright 2016.
Yeah, and you're kind of a dick.
Only kind of a dick, though.
Kind of a dick, and, well, because I think he's too stupid to know how to be a real dick. I'm putting it that way. And, whenever you get on a Google Hangout, you don't fucking throw your face right into your fucking camera. You can actually sit back a bit and let your camera take in the entire room to a certain degree. Yeah, you don't have to do what Greg's doing right now. You don't have to put your fucking eyeball right up to the goddamn camera. You piece of shit.
Can you see me? Can you see me, guys?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see Steve. What's going on?
Yeah.
I don't think you can see me.
So fuck you, Steve. You're garbage. I'm just gonna flat out say you're garbage. I don't care if you're if you got like a famous cousin who played hockey or whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. It's not impressive. And I hope Chad doesn't associate with you anymore because he's better getting toxic people like you out of his fucking life.
I shook hands with Danny Glover.
Did you?
Yep. Yeah,
Also,
was he wearing gloves?
Nope.
Then you got Glover all over you.
Glover all over me. I know, he came by, he took the train one day. I used to work at the Ottawa train station, and he took the train from Toronto. First class, of
He was
course.
too old for this shit?
Huh?
He was too old for this shit?
Danny Glover, star of the greatest movie ever made, Predator Part 2.
Yeah.
Which, in all seriousness,
it
I
had
think
its
is a very
movies.
underrated movie. I think it's actually...
It had its moments. It had its moments.
We're
as good as
doing
the original, but it was good.
we're doing that one on the podcast in a couple of weeks, by the way.
Oh, good. Finally a movie I've seen I can comment on. Hey, in all seriousness, I had a girl in my work ask me if she should stick a drill up her ass today.
A gorilla?
No, a drill up her ass.
A drill, okay.
Well, she had there was an electric drill on the table that was left by our handyman guy, right? She picks it up, she's like, whose drill is this? And she like buzzes it. And like she had like this little short skirt on, like we have a dress code at her work, but nobody follows it. So it's awesome basically. Like, you know, she like low cut shirt, nice high pants, and she's like, I wonder whose drill this belongs to. And I was like, I won't tell you her name, but I was like, oh, you look really hot looking like that right now. She's like, really? I think I should stick this drill up my ass. And I was like, just make sure you stick some lube up there.
Okay, well, I've actually seen porn before where the girl has had a drill, but she's basically put a dildo on the drill.
No, this was just a drill. This would have hurt her. No,
Yeah,
basically this girl is young and she's impressionable and she spends an awful lot of her day talking to me. So I'm slowly but surely molding her into just this perfect deprived, perverted girl, and I'm just so proud of my work.
You're not so much molding her as you are ruining her. Yeah.
I know, and I mean
You realize that, right?
Yes, but I'm just still so proud of my work.
You outside on your deck? Greg?
What's that? Sorry, what was that?
Are you outside on your deck?
Oh yeah, I am. I thought you were saying something about my dick, and I can.
No, no,
Yeah, no,
on
I'm
your
outside.
patio.
I'm outside on my deck, so that's why you make it some noises because there's
I
a lot
thought
of
he
guys
said
with their
dick,
loud,
too.
loud motorcycles.
Deck.
Dick.
Deck.
Deck.
Oh, okay.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
no.
he's probably out on his dick as well.
Well, yeah, you can't see me from the waist
He
down.
keeps the hedges trimmed to make his deck look bigger.
It's true, I do. I'll tell you, there's nothing worse at the gym. Well, I mean, first of all, I don't necessarily love seeing naked guys, but what I do, I mean, at least if you're gonna walk around naked in the gym change room, have something to show. You got a lot of guys. I'm sorry to be racist, but usually they're Asian. That they have this little button on the dick, and then they have this giant bush of pubic hair, and literally they look like women because their dick is hidden by their pubic hair. I'm like, you know what? If you have a dick that small, there's nothing you can do about that. I understand that. It's genetics. Your dick's small. You got to live with it. Shave your fucking pubic hair so at least you can see your damn dick. You know? Get rid of that damn shit. You know?
Public service announcement brought to you by Greg.
Exactly. Like, come on.
By the way, Matt, how's it going?
What's going on, Nick?
Not much. These guys are really weird.
Yeah, you're just figuring that out now?
No. Anything to change the subject. What are you drinking?
I am drinking a weird beer from Griffin Claw Brewing out in, I don't know, somewhere in fucking Michigan or some shit. It was a wax top single IPA. Why the fuck you would wax top a single IPA is beyond me. As you can see, why the fuck would you do that?
Why would you
know
wax
what I mean?
top?
Yeah,
What's the alcohol in it?
7%. That's what I mean. It doesn't make sense.
It's definitely wax worthy.
But it's got a
You
nice
wanna age that shit, right?
mosaic of Clint Eastwood on it. So
there you
Man
go.
without a name.
I like the label.
No, that's a real man.
made of metal and brawn, baby.
Is it any good?
Actually, yeah. It's brewed with spelt, which I've never had an IPA brewed with spelt before.
So is this promoted as like a gluten free or?
Not actually. What it was is a beer. The guy Joe locally that I do beer reviews with every now and then, his brother is in the military and he was out that way and he just grabbed it randomly. So there's not a lot of information that I have on it. I just reviewed it like a half an hour ago, so I didn't look shit up because that's what I do. I don't look anything up, so I'll look up shit afterwards.
See, just the fact that you tell me there's spelt in it, I'm like dubious to the claim that it's actually good.
It's got some weird kind of rye IPA vibe going on with this spiciness, but at the same time it's tasty. I enjoy it.
I'm kind of wondering if there's like actually spelt and it's like real malt in it as well, like barley malt.
Yeah, I mean even the label says the good, the bad, the bitter, spelt American IPA. You know what I mean? Like it actually it trumps it.
Donald trumps it.
Yeah, it's making craft beer great again. Is what it's doing.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge.
You got to put a wall around the craft beer. You got to make sure to keep the other craft beer out.
This beer is going to be great. We're going to be really good on it. We're going to do the best beer ever done.
We're going to make IPAs great again.
We're going to make IPAs great again.
You guys aren't in a great situation. At this point, you've got a choice between Hillary and Donald. Take your pick.
Libertarian?
The libertarian guy is like running as a third party, and he actually has double digits polling right now. But so first time since Ross Perot, actually.
Wow.
I gotta admit, I kind of like Bernie Sanders, but he's not. He has no chance.
His chances are really diminishing as we go on. I would like to see him go through, though.
It doesn't help that the guy's in like his fucking 70s, so it's like, yeah, if we elect you, you're gonna be dead in 2 years. What's going on?
Some people can't be reasoned with. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Matt, where are you from?
What's up?
Where are you from?
The beautiful state of Pennsylvania and the United States of America. Thank you very much.
USA, USA, USA.
Pittsburgh.
Not even close. Totally opposite end of the spectrum. You ever seen the show The Office?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah, the show The Office is about a company that is stationed in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And the cusp of the whole show is how inept and fucking retarded everybody in Scranton, Pennsylvania is. I live like 10 minutes away from there.
How far from Westchester?
About an hour and 45 minutes. My niece went to school in Westchester. Westchester's like 10 minutes outside of Philly. Northeastern Pennsylvania, thank you very much. If you want to get like technical on that shit.
Yeah. Pennsylvania is a big place.
It is a big
There's
place.
lots of towns.
It's the biggest little place in the history of mankind next to Texas.
Who's an aircraft nut here except me?
The what?
Who's an aircraft nut here? I guess I'm the only one.
Yeah.
What was that?
I was gonna say-
Who owns an aircraft?
No, who's an aircraft nut?
Unfortunately, I am not among those. I do like planes, though. 'Cause they go
I used to
fast.
go to air shows all the time. You know?
Yeah.
I'm more of a car guy. I'm more of the. I like the four-wheel thing, where there's wheels
Yeah.
and they go forward.
I was gonna say I'm just reading right now the Indian Air Force is retiring their Harrier jump jets.
I wish we'd retire fucking goddamn Sea Kings over here for fucking sake. Jesus Christ, the goddamn things, every time you see one in the sky, you're kind of worried that it's going to fall out of the fucking sky and land on you.
Especially me and Guy slept in Dartmouth once. A couple of years ago when we went to Newfoundland, and then we stopped by Dartmouth and we slept there, and then we could hear them. Pretty loud choppers. Six-bladed.
Okay, gentlemen. I need to leave and do stuff. So
He's gonna
thanks
go
for the invite.
masturbate.
Yeah, that's absolutely gonna fucking happen, actually. Yeah, thanks, Lee, for the invite and the whole nine. I appreciate it, man. And I'll be back with a vengeance.
Yeah, it's nice to see you, Matt. You haven't been around for a while, and you're
Yeah.
one of those people where I don't find particularly annoying. So join us more often.
Well, I'm not doing shit right if you don't find that way, but anyway, I'll be back, man. It's life does things, so cheers, guys.
Life does. Cheers.
Good night.
Cheers, Matt.
Cheers.
And then there was a foursome.
And then there was 4.
So
Four.
Radar, what
Then there
happened
was
to
Foreskin.
your Dom Guy tonight?
I think he might have had to go work.
Oh, well, now he's being submissive.
Well, it showed he was on Facebook earlier, so he's probably at work. Like all he does is sit down and watch screens and go on Facebook.
That was like my old job. I was doing IT stuff, and I literally just sat there for 8 to 12 hours and just looked at screens and could go on YouTube and do whatever the fuck else I wanted in that time. It was a great job, but I didn't want to do it when I was like 50, so I need to move on. Although my job now is a lot more fun. I get to flirt with a bunch of hot girls that I have no chance of sleeping with, but I'm always going to pretend I do.
Nope, I'm jobless at the moment.
Oh, well, that's no good.
I know. I worked for 10 years for VRL.
And you got laid off?
Fired.
Fired?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Did you pull
What
it out?
happened?
Well, for many reasons. It's like it works by demerit points. And for 2 years I was on medication, and I was really depressed and booked off a lot of times, and the points just added up. And then the last year everything went well. Everything went really well until the last couple of months. when people started writing me up for bullshit reasons.
Dude, you know what you need?
People with less seniority, right? Because it works by seniority, and people who with less seniority wrote me up for the bullshittest reasons ever, and they got me fired.
Dude, you know what you fucking need? You need to get yourself a good employment lawyer and sue the fuck out of them. And then you're not going to have to worry about working because you're going to be set for a while. Because it sounds like if what you're describing is true, you've got a nice lawsuit on your hands.
Yeah, but lawyers don't want someone who's on grievances.
You'd be surprised what lawyers want. I work at a law firm, and you'd be surprised some of the fucking cases we take. Lawyers want something that'll make them money, and if you'll make them money, they'll want you. They'll sue them for a whole shit ton of money. They'll take 30%, but whatever. You get 70%.
Yeah. In September, the grievance is gonna go through arbitrary, whatever.
Obituary.
Arbitration, yeah. And then they're gonna look at it, and hopefully, I want my job back. So hopefully, I get my job back.
Arbitration. What was it?
Seemed like a
union or something?
Yeah, it wasn't even.
You'll probably get it back.
I mean, I know some guys got their job back for doing worse stuff, so I'm hoping. Yeah, like one guy was an engineer and nearly killed a guy, and he got a job back.
Yeah.
Like,
you sound like a good guy.
Yep.
You sound like a good guy with a reasonable head on your shoulders. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, well, you saw me. I don't look like a bad guy.
Nah.
You seem like a good guy, Raider. I mean, I even heard your snoring, and I still love you.
You're former alcoholic, not current alcoholic, right?
Nope.
Exactly.
No, but had depression issues at one point after I stopped drinking.
Yeah.
Like
I think a lot of people have depression issues. I mean, I don't think it's like a big deal that like it should be like something, and especially if your work is picking on you for having depression issues. Like your work shouldn't be like that. That's when you need to get the lawyer involved.
Yeah.
Because that's a legitimate mental illness. If you've got depression issues, your work has to accommodate you. Your work has to be understanding of that. You know.
Yep.
They can't take advantage of you because of that.
I hear you. I've had to deal with it quite a lot ever since Neely passed away. So.
Yeah, people don't understand. There's some days where it's not about oh, he's sad. You know, it's one of those days where it's like you can't even fucking get out of bed. You know, you're just like.
Yeah.
You know, I think most people in their life deal with a degree of depression. Of course, some people are worse than others, and I mean, especially with everyone being men, and men's got to be macho, and you can't show any sign of weakness. So, tough man, I can't be depressed. I think most people, men, women, or otherwise, I think deal with depression at some point in their life, and it's, it's an issue of you got to learn to deal with it. That's a thing, but also like employers have to understand that like you have sick days. Well, there's regular illnesses and there's mental illness days, and I think a lot of employers haven't quite caught up with that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's totally true.
I'll be right back. I gotta go for a massive shit.
Do it.
Radar piss.
So Matt jumped off.
Yeah, Matt took off. Nick left.
I'm here.
Oh, there he is. He was hiding on me.
I've been even talking to you, drunk fuck.
So I just.
You're so mean when you're drinking.
I do want to say to anyone watching, if you actually did post comments, I don't fucking see them. So apparently something's going on fucking YouTube. So
that is the most research he's willing to do.
And I will say this: my previous comments, I don't apologize for them. By the way, I'm still gonna say, if you don't make comments, you're a fucking piece of shit. There
in fact, everything Lee said to offend
you always say that.
times
People
up by
should be used to that by now.
I'm sure
just wanna-
maybe there's some first-time BDU watchers.
I just want to say, Nick and Greg here co-signed everything I just said. So
It's true. We're not as racist, but we're kind of like
Because
equally as
he
racist.
doesn't give a fuck.
don't give a fuck.
So what do we all
He gave
drink
me-
here? Are we all
Yeah.
drinking, or are you guys sobering up by now?
Oh no, I'm fucking still drinking.
I've still got something to drink here.
Yeah, what are you guys drinking? I'm on bourbon. This is Woodford Reserve Double Barrel. I'm just finishing a bottle I opened like a year ago.
Nice. I am doing Boxing Rocks Sessionista. Bold Session Ale.
I've got a Trafalgar's chocolate orange porter that I've had for a year.
Oh,
How's
very
it?
nice.
How's it holding up?
It's all right.
I'm trying to remember if I'd have to check on tap because I remember them bringing out that beer. I just don't remember if I actually bought it. Or not.
Best before September 2015. It's all right though. It hasn't gone vinegar. It's not great. So what kind of bourbon are you drinking there, right?
He said it was Woodford Reserve.
Oh. Gotcha. Make sure you get back. I gotta get to bed soon.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna close it. I think I can close this up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Not too many.
Sorry, Nick. Sorry, Nick. I heard your question. I'm having Woodford Reserve Double Barrel. It's I opened this bottle like a while back and just finishing it off. It's
How does
pretty
stuff like
solid.
that hold out? I've got a bottle of Talisker that I've had open since like last December, and
Oh, yeah, as long as you didn't have the cap off since last December, it'll be perfectly fine.
okay.
I'll be back in a sec, guys. I have somebody with wet nails that needs tucking in because she can't tuck herself in.
With
Yes, I made
whiskey,
fun of you.
with whiskey, oxidation is a problem, but it's not as major a problem as it is with beers. So, as soon as you open a bottle of whiskey, you can recap it, and it can still sit fairly indefinitely without it changing too much. So, it's good that way. I mean, they sell 750 milliliter bottles of whiskey. They don't expect you to drink it all in one go, right? So.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's well. It might be humanly possible with some people.
Yeah.
But my bottle of Talisker, I filled up a flask and took it up to Chad's, and I think it maybe have like a third of it left. So I'm kind of wondering. It's like 5 months old, months since it's been opened now. So
It'll still be perfectly fine. It'll probably change a little bit. It might not be as strong as it was initially when you're drinking it, but other than that, it'll be fine.
okay, still tastes pretty good up there. The last night I was there, I split some with Chad. So.
I mean, whiskey, literally, even after opening it, it can sit on your shelf for years and still be perfectly fine. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. Because there's nothing, like there's no hops in it. So there's nothing that is going to spoil. And the oxidation isn't really a factor with whiskey because whiskey's just so fucking strong to begin with. So, yeah, it's not really an issue.
I kind of wondered about that because, I mean, you leave a whiskey sitting around for a while. I mean, I know it's malt. I know it actually, the flavors will fade after time, but I wasn't sure how much time because, yeah, I mean, two things. I mean, you're not going to drink all that entire bottle in one sitting like you are going to do with a beer, but at the same time, you're going to want to try other things and buy more whiskeys.
Yeah. I mean, if you bottle a 12-year-old Scotch, that 12-year-old bottle of Scotch, regardless of whether you open it or not right away, it's still going to be good. I mean, you can sit that on your shelf for like literally 30 years and it'll still probably be pretty fucking good. No. If you sit a whiskey in a barrel for 30 years, it's definitely going to diminish. I mean, it'll be unique, but it will not be as good necessarily. Well, I guess it depends on taste. But
Plus, you're going to have a huge chunk of it evaporate.
Yeah, I mean, aging it in the barrel is more likely to ruin it than bottling it like at 8 or 12 years and then sitting it on a shelf for 50 years.
Well, you know what? I mean, when it's not open, it's not going to change. Like, people say it doesn't change at all. That's not totally true because a cap is never 100% airtight. There's always some change to it. Like, people argue, oh, if you take a bottle of Johnny Walker Red and you leave it on the shelf for 40 years, it'll be a little bit better. Probably. I mean, that's an awful long time. That's an awful long time to make it a little bit better, but probably.
Well, here's the thing. Whiskey, bottled whiskey, I guess it depends on personal taste, but overall I'd say sitting it on a shelf for 40 years does not make it taste better. Because
it's not going to change it very much. It might change it a little bit. To some
might be differences in the blends over the years, maybe.
Well, because I mean, you're going to use different crops, right?
Yeah, well, you can't think of it as beer. Like with beer, there is definitely something there where it can change in the bottle drastically. With whiskey, it's really not that. Like whiskey, you distill it, you age it for 12 years in a barrel, you bottle it. That's a 12-year-old whiskey, and that's always going to be a 12-year-old whiskey, no matter how long you sit it on your fucking shelf. It's going to change a little bit, but it's not going to be as drastic as a beer or wine where it's exposed to oxygen. Like, you open up a bottle of wine, and then you recap it, you need to get back at that fairly soon. But with whiskey, you don't have to do that. Whiskey, you can open up a fucking bottle of whiskey, drink a few drams of it, bottle it up again, get back to it in 2 years, and it'll still be perfectly fine. So
now, I will say...
I was just going to say, it's funny you mentioned the Johnny Walker Red, leave it on the shelf for that long. Because I think we've got a bottle upstairs of Johnny Walker Red that's from like the 70s or the 80s that we salvaged from my grandmother's place when she passed away. And it's unopened, as far as I know. I don't even know. I don't know if they threw it out or not, but I hope they saved it.
I wouldn't throw it out. It'd be perfectly fine. It would probably taste a lot different from Johnny Walker Red at this point, just because they're probably
cutting more corners.
Yeah, well, and they've just gone through so many batches since then, right?
Batch variation and also different blends, right? So
yeah, exactly.
And probably a different master blender too, who's blending it to a slightly different taste.
Oh my God! I'm actually kind of jealous because you should really have that bottle and compare it to a modern bottle of Johnny Walker Red. Like, that would be fucking awesome. That'd be a great.
A few minutes. I'm gonna see if I'm not going to open it, but I'll see if I can find it.
I mean, I don't have any bottles quite that old. Well, I don't have any bottles old at all. But at one point, I had a bottle of Johnny Walker Red and 2 bottles of Johnny Walker Black that were from the 90s. So not as old as Nick's bottles, but still about 20 years old. I did compare them to newer bottlings, and I do find the older ones a little bit better. I mean, they're not drastically different. Like, you're not gonna. It's not like saying, well, a Johnny Walker Red from 20 years ago is better than a Johnny Walker Black today. No, it's not. It's comparable to a Johnny Walker Red today. I would argue probably a little bit better, but comparable.
And you're correct. The way the market has gone in the last 5 or 10 years, there has been corners cut because there's just so much. Honestly, there's so much market for different distilleries, like grabbing up malts and stuff like that. Like, the blends are not necessarily as great as they are before. Barrels at this point are at a premium.
What was that noise?
I don't know. Something happened to Greg's place. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
No, that was a big ass truck just came by and made, and that's what you heard.
But
yeah, it's unfortunate about doing stuff on the patio.
The Scotch market has, in some regards, gotten a little down in the last few years. There's a lot more lesser blends going out now. Single malt stuff is turning towards blends more, I mean,
Also
the
doing
review.
the no age statement thing too.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The Talisker I just did, the Storm, no age statement, so they can get away with taking several different Taliskers and blending them together, and still calling it a single malt, and you don't really know what's in it, right? Like it could be
And see,
anything from like 2 years to like 25.
And see, you know what? Like, no age statement isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, I've heard of some whiskeys that were like, it's like literally all the whiskey is like 15 years old. It's nice and old. Well, 15 is a pretty decent age, I think. Anyway, but they add in like a little bit of younger whiskey just to give it a little bit spicier flavor because the blender feels it's better. If that's the case, I'm
Yeah.
all for no age statement whiskey. However, if you're selling me a no age statement whiskey and much like Ardbeg and Talisker, you tend to charge a premium price for it because you have a fancy name on it and it's a shitty product. I'm not saying Ardbeg or Talisker do that. I'm saying if you were to do that, then I have a major problem with that because you're just selling me an inferior product for an inflated price.
Yeah, totally agree, and some distilleries are doing that. What was I going to say? I don't even remember.
I'll just say while you're thinking of that, I mean, Ardbeg Ugadal, Ardbeg Corybrecken, Ardbeg, no, not Ardbeg, Lefroy Quarter Cask.
Lefroy Quarter Cask.
Yeah, no statement, all fantastic whiskeys.
Yeah, and pretty much Lefroy Quarter Cask is about 8 years. Seems to be the general consensus on it. But it is matured in smaller barrels. It's matured in the quarter cask barrels. So you definitely get enhanced maturity, but you still retain a lot of the youth of the whiskey at the same time. So you get that really like strong abrasive flavor on the palate, and you still get that massive peat hit. And it's not diminished by sitting there for an extra 3-4 years, or even 10 years in some respects. So I actually really like that.
Older isn't necessarily always better. Like
No.
It can be better sometimes, but
it depends on the whiskey. I mean, I would not want like a 20-year-old Lefroy, because the peat, like the whole thing about Lefroy is like the medicinal character, the seaside character, the peat. That would be gone in 20 years. Like that would be so diminished in 20 years that I wouldn't want it. But at the same time, look at like a Speyside or something like that. 20 years, I'd be totally into trying that because there's so many subtle flavors going on in like a 12-year Speyside. I just imagine that it'd have to be really exceptional and interesting to try.
I think it comes down to a Speyside when it's distilled doesn't have a shit ton of flavor, and you need that barrel to really pull the flavor out of it. Whereas an Islay Scotch, when that thing is distilled, it has a ridiculous flavor, and you actually need to calm it down a little bit in the barrel.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm a guy who I don't like really Speyside scotches for the most part. I don't really like sort of, I guess, quote unquote regular scotches or bourbon barrel scotches. I don't really love like sherry cask scotches either, or port all that much. I'm not crazy about wine blended, but I'm a big Islay guy, so I love those peated scotches.
Same here, yeah.
Shit. And I mean, I think Nick was mentioning Talisker before, and I think Talisker. I haven't tried the Storm or anything. I've just tried the 10-year-old, and I always think Talisker 10-year-old is probably the perfect balanced Scotch, where it's like just peaty. It's peaty enough, but if I don't want to just get punched in the face by peat and smoke, then it's a nice simple sipping Scotch, and I always find it works perfectly if you want to have something really tasty, like a nice steak or something. Have a little bit of that before just to whet your appetite, and it works. Well, that just made my entire speech. But anyway, my point.
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
10-year-old. I think Talisker 10-year-old is a fantastic Scotch.
It is. It's a great like middle of the road Scotch. It really is because it has the abrasiveness, it has the flavor profile, the complexity. And then it has that big punch as well, and it's balanced really well. That's the thing with Talisker. It really does sort of sit right in the middle of everybody, and does a really good job at it. So.
And I'll tell you, my experience in terms of open bottles, and oxidation. Now, I don't keep my bottles open for crazy long amounts. Like typically, if I open a bottle, I drink it within a year. But I'll tell you, most alcohol I find doesn't diminish in terms of oxidation. In fact, some alcohol actually smooths out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
My one caveat is if you enjoy a good quality tequila, don't age it for too long. After about 6 months of the bottle being open, it noticeably loses a lot of flavor, and that's the only liquor I've found that really noticeable. And that's kind of true because tequila has a lot of delicate flavors. And I'm not talking about like fucking Jose Cuervo Silver where you just a bunch of college kids shoot. I'm talking like really good quality stuff.
Yeah.
Like Don Julio and shit like that. Yeah, it will lose its flavor after being open for a bit. So that's actually something you actually want to drink relatively quickly. I'd say within 6 months of opening the bottle. But most whiskeys, they're pretty strong in flavor. You're not going to lose a lot of flavor on them by even keeping them open for a couple of years.
Totally agree. And if you buy like a really high quality blend, like say you buy like Johnny Walker Black or something like that, you're going to use that in such a small amount of time anyway, where it doesn't fucking matter. I mean, Johnny Walker Black, I'd just be throwing that the fuck down. Like that wouldn't last a month at my house. It would be gone. So.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if you're kind of used to single malt, Johnny Walker Black, like that's almost something I just put like I know a lot of people are against this, but I'd maybe toss an ice cube or something into it and just knock it back, because that to me is like an easy drinking, super easy drinking scotch. Whereas it's not something I'm probably going to put in a Glencairn glass and contemplate over and over again. It's going to be more of just a quick enjoyment scotch.
Yeah, totally agree.
And I'm a big fan of Johnny Walker Black. I think
Me too.
In terms of blends, I think in terms of its price point, I think it's actually an excellent scotch.
I keep thinking about it, and I'd probably have to say Johnny Walker Black is probably your. If you're looking for a blended scotch that has some real character to it, that is like your best deal for money. Like it just best bang for your buck at all, and it's just quality stuff. I mean, on its own, price aside, it's quality stuff. So.
Well, I mean, look at it price. I mean, first of all, I think in terms of blends, I'm not a big fan of a lot of other blends at the same price point. I don't like Chivas Regal, the 12-year-old that's around the same price. I don't like that very much. Valentine's, I don't like that all that much. I don't.
I love Valentine's. Oh, you bastard.
Well, you know what? Maybe we've had different ones though. The only Valentine's I've had that I've had at a wedding before.
To be fair, Valentine's does go through massive batch variations. So yeah.
It might, and I think Johnny Walker Black is above those, and then I even compare it to like entry level like single malts like Glenfiddich 12, Glenlivet 12, Glenmorangie 12, and to me, I mean, definitely those ones have more concentrated flavor. But I think the flavors that are more interesting in Johnny Walker Black because I think you've got Talisker. I think Talisker is part of that blend. So you've got a little bit of this. You've got a little bit of the smokiness, the peatiness. Whereas, to me, the Glenlivet, the Glenfiddich, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them, but there's nothing exciting about them either.
There's no edge to them, yeah.
Yeah, they're just easy drinking. It's like it's entry level scotch. There's nothing wrong with that, but it just, for me, I like a little bit more.
Yeah, it's just my personal preference. When I want scotch, I want an edge to it. I want something abrasive that's going to punch me a bit. I don't go into scotch looking for a safe drink. I mean, scotch is something I want to like. Ideally, I want to sit like on a fucking rock that's being smashed by waves at the seashore, and and I want like three. I want at least 3 bonfires around the rock, wafting smoke up into me.
The brine, the seawater.
Yeah, and at some point I just want a squid to jump out of the water and smack out of my face for a couple minutes, so I can get the full salty character. And then I'll punch the squid will go away, and then I'll drink the scotch again. You know, that's the ideal scotch drink right there.
So basically, you'd love to sip a scotch on Isla.
Looking at the label of your last boxing rock when you're thinking of that, were you?
Well, who doesn't want a squid to like?
Who doesn't want a squid anyway? Aren't you into squid play?
I want Cthulhu to be real.
Well, what?
Cthulhu.
I want Cthulhu to be real.
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Cthulhu's kind of a squid thing.
Yeah.
Although
Cthulhu for President 2016. Why choose the lesser evil?
although if Cthulhu was real, he'd just make us all crazy, and that'd be the end of it. That's the thing with him. Cthulhu is the ultimate egalitarian. It's just like equality.
The ultimate libertarian.
Equality for everybody. Everyone dies in madness. There's no exceptions. No rules. It's just like everyone dies equally under Cthulhu. So.
No classes, just death.
Yep. Death, madness followed by death. That's all Cthulhu offers. So.
I got a T-shirt that says Cthulhu Ftagen in the back.
Nice.
It's one of my favorite T-shirts from Balsagoth. Balsagoth used to be a British band. Haven't been around since 2001.
Wow. Wow.
Hardcore symphonic metal.
At least the Karakin.
I've done that.
Alright.
Next thing you know, you got a sexual harassment suit.
All right. Well, I'm gonna jump off. I mean, if you guys want to continue this, go right ahead. But I'm gonna take off, so that'll be the end on my end, at least.
See you later, Mr. Lee.
Yeah, but I mean, if you guys want to keep on talking, go right the fuck ahead.
I've got to get to bed, so.
Yeah.
11 o'clock here. I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta go to Montreal tomorrow.
Well, I guess we're all taking off then. So
Yeah, I
see
guess
ya.
You're welcome to stay, Greg, but we're not.
Here's the thing. I can play with myself offline.
But good chat with you guys, and we'll talk to you again next week, hopefully.
See you later.
Next Monday or?
Monday should be Monday. Yep.
Monday.
By the way, fuck you, Chad, for being a good father and spending time with your kids.
Yeah, you son of a selfish son of a bitch.
All right. Well, y'all have a good one.
Yeah. All right.
See you
Thanks,
later.
guys.
See you
Bye
guys
bye.
later.
Good night, everybody.